In 2022, Beyoncé released Renaissance without a press release. No interviews, no rollout. It appeared on Spotify at midnight, the opposite of how the industry taught her to operate. The Renaissance tour followed. Over $500 million in gross revenue. One of the highest grossing tours in history. Everyone celebrated the numbers, the sold-out stadiums, the spectacle. Almost no one noticed what actually happened. Here's the story everyone tells. Beyoncé is rich because she's the most talented performer alive. Because she works harder. Because audiences love her. That's not wrong. It's incomplete. It's the acceptable version. But there's a different game underneath. A game about ownership, control, the willingness to build infrastructure that can't be taken from you. Go back to 2010. Beyoncé builds Parkwood Entertainment. Not just management. It becomes infrastructure through which she produces films, builds brands, and decides how her work reaches audiences. By 2013, she's at career peak, superstardom, still under contract with Columbia Records. The traditional arrangement. Label owns master recordings, controls distribution timing, decides strategy. She's generated billions in value for them. But now, she has infrastructure. Columbia's role becomes narrower. She builds leverage outside the label that she controls entirely. By 2018, she produces Homecoming with Parkwood, negotiates a distribution deal with Netflix directly, not handing the project to a traditional studio, keeping production and creative authority inside her own infrastructure. Then, Ivy Park. People see a celebrity fashion line. What they don't see, Beyoncé is teaching herself supply chain, manufacturing, distribution margins, unit economics, how to own intellectual property, how to license it without surrendering leverage. When she partners with Adidas, she structures a deal where she maintains a controlling stake. The partnership handles manufacturing and distribution. She retains significant ownership of the brand. That's the lesson, not a vanity project, a masterclass in how to leverage your brand without giving it away. The pattern emerges when you stop seeing her as a performer and start seeing her as an asset manager. Each album is a strategic lever. Renaissance isn't released for streams. Streams are pennies. It creates momentum, establishes demand, and gives millions a reason to pay hundreds to see her live. The tour isn't just about ticket revenue. $500 million matters, but it generates scarcity, limited access, owned merchandise, cultural momentum. When millions want to see you and can't, every album becomes more valuable. Every partnership becomes more interesting. She decides when her work drops. She owns her production companies through Parkwood. She owns significant stakes in her brands. She decides how her work gets positioned to the world. That's what ownership looks like at scale.